Hey, well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm going to slide this up here just a tad, if you don't mind. It is, for me, truly an honor to be invited to this great institution of higher learning. And I want to thank all the coordinators and leaders for giving me this invitation. I want to give special thanks and acknowledgments to Alicia Oliver, who has done a magnificent job in coordinating this and providing leadership and guidance. And also, she wanted to make sure that I, along with Dr. Lee, arrived on time, so she took it upon herself to call me while I was trying to get ready today to say, where are you? And what time will you be here? It made me kind of anxious. I felt like I needed to leave right then and just come, but I guess that's a part of her leadership style. I'm going to tone it down and say leadership style. I could say some other things. But truly, I also want to thank Dr. Michelle Lee, along with her colleagues, Dennis Mims, for just allowing me to be a part of this great initiative that's taking place throughout the country. She's really doing a magnificent job in shaping the lives of young people who are also adults and creating these soft skills, developing their soft skills. So Alicia came up with the title today, you can see on the screen, which I'm supposed to talk to you about. What I want to do is engage you just for only 2,700 seconds. That's all. And I want to appeal to your intellect, not your feelings, not your desires, but your intellect. From my understanding, students who attend this community college, it's about your intellect, your ability to think, to dissect information, and then be able to play back that information that will help you get the appropriate grades to pass. Is that somewhat accurate? To think. If I appeal to your emotions, it's not going to last very long because they come and go so quickly. But it's your ability to think cognitively about what I'm going to share with you that I can assure you, if you absorb some of this information, and you begin, when you walk out this door, you apply some of the things I offer to you for consideration, you will improve your soft skills. You will, if you apply them. But you must apply. Otherwise, it's just going to stay in your head. It's going to stay in your head without application. It's not going to work. 2,700 seconds, that's all I ask you to do. Not to focus on your technology, not unless you're going to take some notes, that's fine. But if you find yourself distracted, it's because your inability to have a level of self-discipline. See, if you're gonna maximize this opportunity to grow, to enhance, to improve, you must have a certain level of self-discipline when it comes to soft skills. You must. Where does that begin? Your thinking. That's all I want to appeal to. Now, at some point in time, I may say some things that might touch you emotionally, but it's intentional to have you to feel some of these things, but yet I will transition you back to intellect, cognitively, to think. I'm not going to appeal to those who are not here. I can't. It's of very little value to those who are not here. I'm not going to appeal to you as a group. I'm going to appeal to you individually, where you sit. I'm going to talk to you about you individually. If you find at any point in time you start reflecting on someone not here, you've lost focus. You lost focus. Soft skills is an individual journey. It's an individual journey. And sometimes we say, if this person will change, I will change. No. I want to appeal to you where you sit and your lifestyle. I'm going to appeal to your lifestyle in two ways, personal and professional. Personal and professional, that's one's lifestyle. And so as you go to your classes, you're going to absorb two things. Knowledge and understanding, those two things that you must get when you sit in the classroom. If you sit in that classroom for 90 minutes or an hour and you leave with lack of knowledge and understanding, it's not the instructor's fault because they get paid to give you knowledge and understanding. It's your fault because your lack of self-discipline, self-awareness to absorb two things, knowledge and understanding. So, get into questions. I have about 2,600 seconds left there. That's all. That's not a lot of time to appeal to your intellect. It's amazing how much time it takes to learn something, and then apply it. One would say, Derius, it's easier to learn than apply. I would say you're right, because that's the function of the mind. The function of the mind is have you to absorb a wealth of information, then you have to discern, dissect that which I will apply. The difference between doing what is right, what is wrong, is application. It's application. So let me also say that in my chosen field of endeavor, sometimes I get kind of hype. I get hype. I'm excited about this. I don't think I need medication, but I think I get hype. You ever get excited about your work? Yes. That's the most I'm going to get. Maybe I'll get a bit more later. So, you got to start somewhere, right? Yes. Yes. So sometimes we get hype. Don't get caught up in the presentation. Get caught up in the substance. It's the substance that I want you to listen to. Not the mannerism and all those things. That's part of the presentation. But it's the substance that will make a difference. It's the content. It's the content. Are we ready?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Someone can speak English. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So let's see here. Just a thought for you. Just for you. That might be true for you, but it may not be true for another person in this room. If you actually believe in your head you have maxed out, you're at the apex of your growth and development, it doesn't apply to you. If you say to me, Derius, there is no room in my lifestyle for growth and development, you have reached your apex, there's no growth for you. You maxed out. Anybody here maxed out? There's no room for growth or development? If you have yet to become who you want to be, that's room for what? Growth. It's room for development. One would say that whatever you want to experience is awaiting your arrival. It's awaiting your arrival. It's already there. It's present. It's available. But there's some things you must do to experience that you must do and not have other people do it for you. We have anybody in here less than 18 years old, less than 18? Just a few less than 18? Or you want to be less than 18? Which one is it? You're 17. Okay? And there's some people who still want to be, I just ask and get clarification. That's just food for thought. Just food for thought. Let's transition here. So here we go. The objectives. I just basically have 3 objectives for you today. Just 3. All based on knowledge and understanding to increase. That's all I want to do in a short period of time, to increase your knowledge and understanding, to increase your knowledge and understanding, to increase your knowledge. That's all I want to do is to increase, to increase, to increase, to move you beyond intellectually, cognitively, where you came in today. That's it. That's a magnificent challenge for me. Because to alter an adult's mindset can be challenging because some would say that as an adult, we're already set in our ways. Have y'all ever heard that before? Yeah. You're not going to change. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I think that's good in theory, but it's not good in application. It's not good. It's only a theory. It's a conceptual framework. Oh, they're an adult. They'll never change. They're always going to be the same. That's not a true statement. It's not. And don't buy into that one. Because we constantly change. Physically, right? Anybody the same size now that you were when you were 5 years old? We have what? Change, right? It's just that simple. Yeah. I have not willingly expanded physically. I did not say I want to expand physically. It happens subtly. So we are so much in constant change. Those are the objectives. Those are the objectives we're going to conquer today. So Alicia gave me something about dreams, transition dreams into reality. So really, 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 when you think about this thing called dreams, what are dreams? What are dreams? They say a dream is a series of thoughts and images and sensations, thoughts, images, and sensations that one experience while sleep, only while sleep, based on the definitions I've come across about a dream, that you can only have a dream and experience a dream while you are what? Sleep. It's a sensation, it's a thought, or an aspiration They say that there are babies that dream. Y'all ever heard of that? They be sleeping, they be laughing and crying. I was like, what's wrong with that baby? The baby's having a what? Dream. Maybe dreaming of getting older. I don't know, they dreaming. Why the baby laughing? The baby's what? Dreaming. The baby jibber jab, dreaming. Just like smiling and stuff, like the baby smile. The baby is what? Dreaming based on a thought or a sensation, a mindset that can only occur while one is dreaming. Now that takes us somewhere when you think about that, because now we want to figure out how do we actually transition this thing that's occurring in our head while we are asleep into a what? Reality. How can it actually happen? Where one would say, I don't totally have control over the dream that's only temporary, that takes me to places while I am asleep. That's not a reality. That's not a reality. I don't know. Hey, I'm open to questions. I'm open to having a conversation about anything I say so we can explore it a little deeper, so we get some deeper understanding of the meaning. I don't know. But one would say, I'll take a step further, that this thing called a vision. One would say, can you have a vision while you're asleep? Or can you just have a dream? I don't know. So in my book, I talk about goals and mission. And then I have this statement about a vision. And I said, a vision without resources is hallucination. You can have all the visions you want, all the dreams you want. If you don't have the resources, it's a what? Hallucination. That's all it is. So we must have certain resources to transition a dream or vision into reality, So whatever you have dreams or visions of experiencing, you have to fill the gap. We have to fill the gap, not based on a thought, not based on a desire, but based on what we actually do. It's a momentum, it's a movement, it's a progression of things that we must do. Now, Michelle would say, hey, Derius, that sounds good, but what are some of those things that you must have, that you must do in order to transition? Let's see, let's keep going. Any questions? Comments, observations? I'm enjoying this by myself. Okay, so one would say, okay. Oh, this says, Derius, here's a puzzle or bridge, but there's a gap in the bridge. Somehow, I need some resources, some tools to fill that gap so I can experience what? Success. There are some limitations that we all at some point in time may have to experience. And this ties really to soft skills. Let's see what some of them are. Underdeveloped leadership skills. Underdeveloped. That there's something missing. I have the position, I might get the position, but I'm not qualified. I don't know how to talk to people, I don't know how to treat people, I don't know how to delegate. They're underdeveloped. So that's a missing piece. One would say my communication skills are undeveloped. I use words, I use sentences, statements, and paragraphs that's inappropriate when I interact with a person as the sender or the receiver. I think my communication skills are developed, but they're not, because I use harsh words. I use bad language. I threaten people. I yell at people. I don't have a calmness about myself when I interact with other people as the sender or the receiver. I give destructive feedback instead of constructive feedback. I have underdeveloped communication skills. I don't know if that'll hurt you or not. I'm not a team player. Only when it goes my way. It's underdeveloped. What's something else? My decision-making skills out of whack. I make decisions that goes against what's in my best interest, my colleagues' best interest, my coworkers' best interest, and those who are my fellow students. Poor decision-making skills, poor problem-solving skills, emotional intelligence, the 5 components, self-awareness, self-regulation. Anybody having the bad moods in here every now and then? Raise your hand if you ever had one accidentally, of course. I'll tone it down a tad, yeah. there are some people just like, you speak to them and just keep going. You don't want to ask them what type of day they have. Have you ever come across someone who's just look mean sometimes? Oh, don't call out names, whatever you do. Yes. So this whole thing around emotional intelligence is critically important. Am I balanced? Do I have a level of empathy I show towards people? Do I empathize with myself? One would say when some of these skills are underdeveloped, it will challenge my ability to be successful, to figure out the puzzle here, to put that missing piece into place so I can be what? Successful. So I can be successful. So what I've discovered for those who are students here, this is what I discovered, some levels of achievers. And you might identify for yourself where you are these levels of achievers. Let's see. Students who are achieving. These are the students who are able to listen to constructive feedback, to identify where they need to grow, and they grow. These are the students on this campus who are making A's and B's. These are achieving students. They have a hunger and thirst for success or achievement. Dean's List. These are the students who make the Dean's List. Now I'm going to tell you, professors, they love these students. These students make them look good. They don't have to worry about whether or not they're cheating and all that other stuff. These are the students who raise their hand like because they got the answers. Y'all, we may have one in here accidentally. I don't know, but we might have one in here. Those who will achieve. These are called my BC students. They have a hunger for wanting to get better and better. A B is not good enough for them. A C is not good enough. They want an A. They want tutoring, they want mentoring, they want coaching. These are the students who politely harass teachers, who say, can you give me some extra work? Can you meet me after class and let me know what's going on? Because they know they want to get to the top. That's another level. You can decide where you are. Then you have this other level, those who can achieve. These are the students who have potential. They have the potential to be a B, to be an A student. They want to, and they will, because they're not gonna give up. I would say I have experienced being there. I have been there. I have had professors, Derius, listen, you can do this. Like, I don't want to do it. They say, but yes, you can. You got to study, you need tutoring, you need coaching. I say, no, that's too much work. Don't give up, Derius. Say, I'm not giving up, I'm just quitting. That's a difference. I've experienced that. I've been there. Those who don't know how. You have students on this campus. They go to class, but they just don't get it. They don't know how. They don't know the formula. They don't know the secret. But they know they want it, they just don't. So they need a lot of instructions, a lot of patience, a lot of understanding about how. Then you have this last one. Those who don't want to achieve, they don't. They think the system, some of them, is against them. They think the teachers are against them. They think the world is, they don't want to achieve. They go to class and don't want to achieve. Y'all know anybody who just go to class, sit up there like, I can't wait till this class is over. I just can't wait. And you say, why you keep coming? That's not important. I just can't wait till the class is over. They keep coming. They don't want to achieve. Or they might say, I only come because my parents pay tuition and I got to go somewhere during the day because they're not working. They're at home, so I got to go somewhere. This is a good place to be. I can assure you, at some point in time, when you look at your soft skills, you can fall in any one of those categories. You can, because of your lack of attention to your soft skills. You can put this in any category, but somehow, for those who are just speaking directly to you, you must find a way to take advantage of those soft skills that are necessary and essential to your growth and development. So where do we go from here? What are some ways and some things we need to do, some of the pieces we need to put in place to cross over that bridge to be successful? What are some things? What are some things? Let's see here. Anybody have thoughts, questions? Want to raise? Anyone? Nothing going on in your head right now? Anybody have a thought in their head right now? Yeah, if you say no, you're not telling the truth, because one thing you must always realize, and this is so magnificent, and this might help some of you. The brain was intentionally created so it would always occupy two things. What are those two things? Okay, let's keep going. You cannot be in absence of what? Thought. You cannot. You cannot. The other thing you cannot be in absence of is an emotion. When you think about soft skills, there are two things you must always try to manage well. And what are those two things? Your what? Thoughts and your what? Emotions. Not managing those two things can get you fired. Also get you kicked out of class. It can. Because you're not able to manage your what? Thoughts and emotions. One would say, sir, if I am able to manage my thoughts and emotions, I can manage my what? Actions, my behaviors. Show you how that works. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know if this makes sense to me. I don't know. It all begins with who? You. So the way this works, listen to this. This is the way it's worked with soft skills. So Michelle gave a great story, and Alicia gave her testimony, about one or two, testimonies and stuff. And so I'm going to just show you how it worked, what they were talking about. Both young ladies said, hey, Derius, I had to reach a point in my growth and development to manage my own attitude, emotions, and behaviors. That's what they had to do. That was it. No one else could do it for them. They made a cognitive decision based on what someone said or some. It says, I got to manage myself. If I can manage my own attitude, my own emotions, and my own behaviors, now I will improve, I will enhance, I will increase who I am as an individual. I will be a better person, a more improved person, a more enhanced person. That's growth and development. But listen, guys, when it comes to soft skills, so as they said, once I was able to manage myself, now I can manage what we call relationships. Based on my what? Soft skills. More people will like you, respect you, understand you. They want to employ you. They want to be around you. They will trust you. They will have faith and confidence in you. Why? Because you are able to manage your own space. They want to get to know you. They want to employ you. They want to pay you more money. I'm serious. Because of what? Your ability to interact with them. At the interview, they checking you out. They checking out your attitude, your emotional behaviors. And they saying in their mind, can I trust that person? Does that person have integrity? Is that person a team player? Does that person respect that diversity? Is that person self-discipline? Check. Yes. That technical skills, secondary. Because if you cannot get along with people, they don't want you. And now they text you that you didn't get the job. Years ago, they used to call you or send you a letter. They text you now. And they give you the short version. Don't contact us again. Bye. And he's like, did I get the job? I wonder where I went wrong. They ain't got time for all that anymore. Because why? You didn't have the what? Necessary soft skills to get. Y'all think I'm serious. I'm serious. That's what they do now. And sometimes they don't even text you. They get somebody else to text you. Like just text them, tell them, sorry, go somewhere else. Just try somewhere else. Sometimes they'll tell you like this, I think you'd be better off if you go work somewhere else. That's a polite way of telling you what? You ain't getting the job. And so therefore, you must equip yourself with these skills so you get along with other people. And if you get along with other people, now they'll say, oh yes, Alicia's a team player. She's a collaborator. Yes. She knows how to get along with diverse groups of people because of her soft skills. She is flexible. She's adaptable. Yes. Now one would say, Derius, What about my race? What about it? Can you change it? I get dark in the summer, but I get my other complexion back in the fall. That's about the most I can do. But that's not my race, that's my what? You and I about the same. We got something in common here. We got something in common. So shoot, help me out here, man. You know, so that's it. But I'm not changing my race. Can I change my ethnicity? I don't think so. So therefore, you can eliminate those known factors from the conversation or the consideration based on your what? Social skills. Social skills. Now, when you eliminate those extraneous factors that you have control over, now people begin to look at your character. Is that right, Dennis? They begin to test and evaluate your character that consists of my attitude, my emotions, and my behaviors. Now they're looking at my integrity. Yes. They're looking at my presentation. Yes. That supersedes all those other things that I cannot change. You got to get those social skills. So one would say, for all of us, to change and to change for the better. Not for the worse, but social skills will help you to change for the better. It will. It's almost like a guarantee. And I find it somewhat interesting that the various environments and cultures I go into, you know, people say, how are you able to adjust to do all this, right? It's because of my social skills. Now, I must be very honest. I could do better on a plane with my social skills. I could. So yesterday flying here, you know, flew from Richmond to Atlanta, and time I sat down, a lady sat beside me, and she said, "Good morning." I said to myself, she's a talker. And she smiled. I said, she's a talker. I'm not a talker. I immediately pull out my iPod, put on my earphones, and I start moving my head. Then she tapped me. She said, "Are you going home?" I said, she is a talker. I kept it in my head though. And I had to pull on some social skills, like, should I be friendly or should I pretend I'm gonna use the laboratory for an hour and 20 minutes? And so I decided to practice my social skill. I took the earphones off, and she said, Are you going? I said, no, I'm getting ready to go to Tallahassee to do some work. She said, what type of work you do? And I said to myself, I don't want to do it today. No. I'm not going to do this today. I'm not going to do it. So I said, you know, I get paid as a consultant and stuff like that, and I need to review my material before I get there. And I really, you know, I think we could have an interesting conversation. But if you don't mind, I just need to use this small opportunity just to review myself. She says, "Oh, just go ahead. I didn't mean to disturb. What are you getting ready to look at?" I said, no. So I showed her, and the conversation lasted till we landed in Atlanta. I must say that. And I did feel, and this is the truth, when I got to Atlanta, I had like a 90-minute wait. I was so burnt out, because I'm an introverted person. I took a nap just sitting in the chair like, no, she has burnt me out. Because I'm an introverted person. I've told that to Dennis. And I need my what? Anybody else like that? You need some space. You just need some, and she just like, shoot. I'm working through this. Y'all tell I need some therapy right now. I'm working through it. So the point I want to make is that you have these social skills. You have them, and they will always be available for who? You. To work to your advantage. To have them is so much better than not to have the social skills. And so as I travel throughout this great world, I get a chance to go in different environments. And I think most of the time, the application of my social skills works to my advantage. It works to my advantage to be polite and respectful and courteous and empathize and interact other than on the plane. That's it. Other than on the plane. That's it. You know, you got to have limitations here. So the change and the change for the better is about. So what are these social skills that can work for you? The first one is communication skills. And some of you might want to write this down. You want to always work on improving your communication skills. Two ways now. As a sender and a what? Receiver. That's important in here. As a sender and a receiver. One would say that the initiation of a relationship begins with a thought or a feeling. That's the initiation of a relationship. That you don't necessarily have to see the person, just think about the person. It's the initiation of a relationship. So always work on improving what? Your communication skills. That's critically important. Feedback, listening skills, all those things. The next thing you want to work on is your critical thinking skills. Yes. The ability to process things. Create a formula for your not feeling, because that's tricky now. That's tricky. Critical thinking. And you need a process, step by step by step. Am I thinking critically? You don't have to do it in a hurry. It requires a formula, a structure. You should not want to discriminate when you have these critical thinking skills. The ability to dissect things in a logical way that makes sense, that will do no hurt or harm to you or the other person. And I'm almost sure when you take some classes, guys probably go over this. The third one is problem solving skills. I'm not talking about layman's problem solving skills. I'm not talking about layman. I'm talking about professional problem solving skills. There are two types. We have community problem solving and we have professional problem solving. You have community problem solving and you have classroom problem solving. How some people problem solve in the community, I say just don't do it. Just don't do it. We see a lot of that on the news, right? A lot of ways people problem solve that they get major attention on the news through doing things that are destructive. That doesn't happen in every community. I'm just saying you want to make sure you do better your problem solving. The next one, decision-making skills. How we make decisions. What's the process? What's the attitude? What's the emotions that we possess when we what? Make decisions. Going to class, not going to class. Telling the truth, not telling the truth. Turning your work on time, aligned wise late. Decision-making skills. Decision-making. So I was doing some work for a city all last week, some leadership training. And these are top executives I'm dealing with in the city. So I was going to break them down into 4 groups. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I had them count. So I said, I gave one person a task, two. That's it. So I saw them cheating. I said, don't look at other people's stuff. They're like, looking. I was like, why y'all cheating? You are professionals. You are adults. You are city government leaders, and you're cheating. They said, no, I wasn't really looking. You weren't looking. Poor what? Decision-making skills. Poor problem-solving skills. Cheating, not by accident, intentionally. Like, that's not good decision-making. I don't know. That's what they did. Another one, teamwork skills. Am I a team player? Do I need to be the smartest person in the room? Do I need to be the smartest person on the team? Am I flexible? Am I adaptable? Yes. Am I understanding? Am I willing to share? Am I willing to coordinate? Am I willing to be cooperative? Am I willing to collaborate? About me. Yeah. Do I need to get all the credit when I'm on a team? No. One for all and... Okay. I guess there's other group. I got 2 or 3 over here. Let me try it again. One for all and... Okay. You know, after learning it, then you try to practice it, right? You got to start somewhere, so then you practice it. What are some other? Here we go. I'm going to share some more with you. Soft skills. Leadership skills. You're the model for what is right, what is just, what is fair, what is earnest with everyone. I do not discriminate. I do not. I don't harass. I don't bully people. I don't have 2 lifestyles as a leader. Yes. I'm a leader. Emotional intelligence. Now this is tricky. How many of you need to work on managing your emotions just a tad bit better? Anybody? Just one person? 2, just 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, keep on. So listen, work on be balanced. I always say be balanced. Try not to give permission for your emotions to drive your decision and your action. That's all. You need a balance. What's the next one? Time management. Anybody need to improve on their time management skills? Yes. Do you accidentally, are you accidentally late to places, or do you look forward to being late? You said depends? Oh, she got categories of lateness. You see how we work this thing in our head? She said depends. Yeah. That's a category of time management. Like some places, I know I need to be on time, but I'm not going to be on time. I got time to stop. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's in the office today. So I'm just going to be late. That's a category. Time management. You'll work on it. You'll get it right. What's another one? How about managing change? Anybody need to work on that a little bit? Managing change when things happen. You know, you learn that the teacher or the professor is not going to be there. So you're like, God dang it. If I had known, I wouldn't even shown up today. Managing change. Or your instructor or professor might say, hey, I know we say we're going to do this, but I'm going to do something else. You say, why did I study and prepare? You get all anxious. Anybody ever experienced that before? You get all anxious? Anyone? Yeah, that's a waste of stress. It is. Learn to manage change. I'm working on it on the plane. I'm trying my best. I may have to change seats. That's what I'm going to do. Change seats. Hey, another one for your consideration. This is a big one, empathy. The ability to understand another person, empathy. As the workforce changes, as our culture, society, and the world becomes more diverse, we have to get to a point whereby we stop, in a way, being selfish and try to understand the lifestyle of another person. The lifestyle. Their journey. Why? So I can be more understanding of our relationship, how we can connect, a lack of having empathy, to pause, to think and consider another person's journey of plight without criticizing that person, or labeling that person, or stereotyping that person. To have empathy for another person as a soft skill will increase your integrity and the respect that person will show you because you're not labeling them because of their journey. If I would say to you, I was born in a certain community and I experienced a certain thing, you would begin to stereotype me and label me. You would. You would box me in instead of raising the question, Derius, what was that like for you? What was your experience doing that? So now I can engage in a healthy relationship with you instead of dismissing the person. I don't want to get to know you. Maybe I shouldn't talk to you. But I tell you, once you're able to master that skill of empathy, you grow intrapersonally. I'm just giving you food for thought. That's all. Give me some food for thought today. So again, this whole thing is what? Change it for the what? You change for the what?
Better.
How many are really serious you want to change for the better? I mean, seriously. How many are just thinking about it? Like, give me a couple of days to think about it. How many of y'all need a couple of days to think about it? You got time, you got time, you got time. So how does this thing work? It says it begins with who? You're the key. I am not the key. You are the key. The goal that Michelle and I have, and Dennis have, and Alicia have, and the director of the program have, is to give you knowledge and understanding, and offer you for consideration some skills that'll help you to grow, to advance. He needs to be in here. So the three words, you might want to write this down. This is critically important to your growth and development. Michelle over there laughing. The first word is from. How many of you can do something about your past? Anybody? Come on. Who? How many of you can do something, change your past? Anyone? Raise your hand if you can. We'll make some money. We'll make big money. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. It's a done deal, right? It is a done deal. You can lie about it. You can hallucinate about it. You can do whatever you want. The past is the what? One would say that you should only use your past for your betterment and growth and development. The other word is now, that is the what? Present. One would say when you choose not to take advantage of your present, it quickly becomes your what? Past. That will never, ever happen again. It's a done deal. So for my students in here, when you go in that classroom, you sit, I think you're supposed to sit. You seize the moment right then and there, called a now, to absorb the knowledge and understanding they're giving you. They get paid to do that, to give you knowledge and understanding. They get paid to do that. It's important. They get paid to stand up before you and give you this information right now. And you have to get it when right now, which ties into the third word is what? On. That is the future. We should talk about these things called dreams and aspirations and hopes that you want to achieve. How can you make that dream or that vision or that hope or aspiration become a reality if you don't what? Do it. When? Now. The transition is to move from now to on. That I started here. And because I have these soft skills coming in, these soft skills, now I am progressing to on. So someone would say to you, what's your name, young lady? Who? Is that your real name? Don't be playing with me. I ain't got time to be playing today. Tawana. Okay, don't be yelling at me either, okay? That's a soft skill you need to work on. Calm yourself down, girl. Calm yourself down up in here. Soft skills. Like, can't you hear me? Yeah, Tawana, right? Tawana? Okay, Miss Tawana. So Tawana, let's say that there's something that you want to become, or someone you want to become. So you begin to want to apply these soft skills. And let's say you go home, when is school out? May? Yeah, let's say you last until May. Okay, let's say you last until May. And I believe you will. So you go home. Your parents or relatives say, Tawana, you changed. You don't even talk the same. They said that already? Girl, I'm trying to help you even more. You know, that's all. So they say, you don't even talk the same. Your demeanor is different. You're so much calmer now. They talk about her soft skills. You don't cut me off like you used to. Your language has changed. Girl, what have they done to you at school? And someone might say, I like the old Tawana. I like Tawana who was loud, right? Who was aggressive, who just come at you, who just speak her mind. And she would say, hey, I've transitioned. I want to be successful. And in order for me to want to be successful, I need these soft skills that's going to help me to become better and better. That's how it works. I'm telling you, that's what separates you. That leads to employment, Tawana. I want you to get a job, girl, someday. Shoot, I'm for you. Oh, so you won't be calling me asking me, can you make a pluck or something, you know? So how this works, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it works, real quickly. You might want to, these are some things that you have to manage every day to bridge the gap. One would say that the first thing I must manage is what? My time, right? If you don't manage your time, you lose that time that you cannot get back. So I use the time to read, to study, to seek out people who can give me some constructive feedback about growth and development. I read about the soft skills and I figure out a plan for me. I think I'm going right here, Michelle. A plan for me to help me to fill the gap in my soft skills. Communication, decision-making, teamwork, empathy, professionalism. I figure out something like, or I can ask someone who I trust, right? Hey, you've been knowing me for a number of years. Go to a teacher who you have faith and trust and say, can you give me some feedback on some things I need to work on? First, they're going to applaud you for your confidence in coming to them and having trust in them. And then they're going to offer to you some wise counsel of things you need to work on to what? What'd you say? Did someone do that for you? Yeah, that's enough. Thank you. Okay. And so the next thing you want to maximize is your space. Everybody occupies a certain amount of space. Take care of your space. Don't let people invade your space. They're going to do hurt or harm to you. And guess what? You always represent yourself no matter what you say and do. You always. Every word that comes out your mouth, every behavior you exhibit represents who first? You. And so as you get older, you say, oh, you made me do that. No, they did not. You took me there. Only because you gave them permission to come into your what? Space. That's right. You got to take care of your space. My space is small, man. I got a small space. You know why? I don't want nobody to be jamming up in my space. I want to give you your space. No, you don't. Buddy. No. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I see people using inappropriate language. You're not coming in my space. And when they come close, I go somewhere else. I just keep moving around. Because people want to get in your space. I'm telling you, you'd be amazed at what happens. The other one, resources and opportunities. While you're on this campus, while you attend this community college, every one of you, professors, doctors, educators, students in this room, you must seize this opportunity. Must. It only lasts for a brief moment in time. Only lasts for a brief moment in time. And then it leaves you. And you'll get to a point, you say this, I wish I had done what? This or that. I wish. If I could do it all over again, I would. No such animal. You know why? Because of time. Time does not grant permission for you to do it all over again because of time. You cannot go back till tomorrow or this past Sunday because of what? Time. So you want to improve your soft skills? You got to do it. It's to be done. And how do you do it? I'm going to offer to you my 10 Ds. It's in my book. Okay, I got excited by myself. Okay. I guess because y'all keeping it all in your head. Hey, write down these 10 Ds. Anyone want to write it down? Say this after me. The first D is devotion. Say devotion. Every now and then, you need to take time out for yourself. What's your name?
Tanya.
Yes. Got another one? Okay, Tanya. You got to take time out for yourself. Devotion. The next word is desire. Say desire. No one can give it to you. You can't buy it. Can't negotiate it. It starts from within. Some people say desire is a part of your heart. It's a part of your heart. I desire to experience certain things. You want to be a better communicator? Desire. You want to be a better person? Desire. And you don't give that to anyone. It's something that resides deep inside of you. One would say it's the core. Or when I feel like giving up, I don't give up because of my desire. The next one is definition. Say definition. How do you define yourself? Good person, very good person, growing person, a student, a parent, friend. Give yourself some definition that has to do with one's character. Say this word. Say discipline. That's another D, discipline. Always try to be I don't care where you go, have a level of what? Self-discipline. Try not to give someone permission to manipulate you. That's a soft skill. Self-discipline is a soft skill. No matter what's going on around me, I'm still going to have what? Self-discipline. I'm not going to give you the right to manipulate me to do something that I'm going to regret. Self-discipline, discipline. Say this one, determination. How many of y'all are really determined to learn more about soft skills and apply them in your life? How many? When are you going to start? You are? So what you going to do different? Yeah, that's right. That's the question. You raised your hand. You said you're going to start. You said now.
Try to start. Let's see.
Yeah, you're working on something. Yeah. Another good soft skill is to tell the truth. Y'all been tell y'all that. That's another good soft skill. That's to tell the truth. You know what I mean? He had no idea I was going to ask me. He raised his hand. I'm going to start right now. Okay. Who else raised their hand? What you going to do?
Communicate better.
When?
Now.
What's one thing you're going to do to communicate better?
Change the way I like to block people off sometimes, like where I don't want to deal with them. How you get the lady on the plane.
Don't talk about me. This is not about me right now. Don't be using me. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, don't put me a part of your stuff. Shoot, I got enough of my own. Yeah. Okay, what, Michelle?
I just want to make a comment. I think you guys are all starting right now because you're here in this room listening to Derius speak.
Yeah.
So you're making that change right now.
Yeah. If it was evaluation, she was trying to get a high rating on her evaluation. That's why she said that. Yeah.
Exactly, because you guys, what could you be doing right now?
There are some questions you shouldn't ask them, Michelle. Yes, Dennis.
I want to buy your book.
It's $15. It's only $15. Listen, you don't have the money, and I give you the book. I'll sign it for you and give you a card. Give you my card. Just send me the money. You got 1 year to send me the money. A whole year. But this is the key. I'm going to tell you. What's your name back there? What's your name? Who? Yolanda, this is the key. If you don't send me my money in a year, I hope your conscience beat you to death. Your conscience gets you. Hope you wake up at night. I need to send him his money. I must send him his money. That doesn't happen. Yeah, but it's available for you. You just take a year to send me the money. Thank you, Dennis, for doing that little advertisement marketing for me. You got to call it what it is, you know, so I can't remember everything. Hey, the next D is dedication. Write down dedication. That's the next one. We must be dedicated to improve ourselves, improve our soft skills. Yes, we are not only put down this number 7. Be decisive. If I'm going to get better, I'm not going to give anything permission to turn me around. I'm decisive to get better and better and better. It's waiting my arrival. So do it. Number 8, development. So you come in as a freshman, right? Anybody remember anybody a freshman now? You're a freshman? Okay. So like a good start, right? Anybody like a junior or sophomore? Isn't that a little different being a lot of difference, isn't it? Yeah, they got to learn the ropes. Freshmen, sometimes you can't remember what room you're supposed to go to. Ask me, where's the building? You're all lost and stuff, you know. But a junior, you think you got it all together. You know, you think you know everything. I run things up in here. No, you don't. You're trying to get out. Been here 7 years. Don't you think it's time? You've been here long enough. You've been here so long, you can say, are you a teacher or are you a student? I mean, hey. But that's all part of growth and development. Take your time, enjoy the experience, because once you got there working, your life change, I'm going to tell you. And number 9 is deliver. We got to do it. You got to make it work. You got to make it happen when you deliver. That's the whole product. The federal government wants you to deliver. Old school says if you talk the talk, you have to what? That's deliver. I mean, that's profound, just like that. Like, I can count on that person. They're dependable. They're reliable. They're accountable. You want to come in? You just want to stay there and look. Okay, go ahead. Do what you want to do. Yeah, man. Take your time. You good. Was that look again? Okay, and the last one is driven. You want to be driven. Driven. How many of y'all drive legally? You drive legally. Okay. You put a car in drive, which way does it go? Which way does it go? Forward. So what we are trying to do is always take our life in what direction? Forward. Always getting what? Better. Always getting what? Better. That's forward. That's forward. We don't get younger, we get what? Older. You don't go from being a freshman, like in college, to being like a 11th grader in high school, do you? No, that's going what? Backwards. You go from being a freshman to a sophomore, to a sophomore, to a sophomore, to a junior. Because there's some people who love being a sophomore. You know, they just don't want to leave. They'll tell a professor, you know what? I think I want to take you again. Have you ever seen that happen before? So they won't go away. They fail, and you see them right there the next semester. Like, I enjoyed it so much, I must come again. But it's a progression. I mean, really. And some of you are going to go on and get your master's and doctorate. I mean, you're just going to grow. You're supposed to make less money. You make more money and more. How many people have you come across that? Oh, you're paying me too much. I think you need to reduce the salary you're giving me. Something wrong with that person, isn't it? Are you making enough? Keep it to yourself. Don't tell them about it. So listen. From now on, the whole thing about, I'm ready to close, the whole thing about soft skills, it's not a group activity, it's a personal activity. It's not a group journey, it's an individual journey. It's about how you want your lifestyle to be. Lifestyle. What type of lifestyle do you want to have? Do you just want to be known that a person who has great technical skills, but you got to work in isolation because you can't get along with yourself. You cannot get along with other people. It's a lifestyle. The journey that I'm on, it's a lifestyle. For my mentors, my coaches, they helped me to grow. I was receptive because I didn't like being in the same place. I wanted to experience something better, but I could not experience it better being what? The same. I could not do it. So I had to work on soft skills, communication, giving, and the center of influence. I had to work on those things. So what you're witnessing today is some of my growth and development, because I'm not finished growing. It's some of my growth and development. This is some. There are other areas that I want to focus on improving. One, being a little bit more interactive where? You didn't have to say that out loud, but you're right. On the plane. That's a social skill that I want to work on. I didn't say I want to be good at it. I just want to work on it. Because I could be too good. I'd be speaking to everybody while walking. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Don't want to go that far. But I do want to, I'm telling you the truth. I'm being transparent. I want to improve in that social skill because I have an introverted personality. So sometimes I need to work on being so introverted that I need to be sociable at other places, in other places. It could work to my benefit. Something happened on the plane, and this person says, you didn't even speak to me. I might need their help. Listen, I ain't gonna help you. You couldn't even speak to me. I'm speaking to everybody now, like, hey, you my friend. So you must say I can. You must say I must. You must say I will. When you get to the will, you will not give another person permission to distract you or turn you around. When you get to the will, that's a powerful source to have a personal commitment that I will do this. That no matter what the challenges and obstacles, I will do this. I will do this. I will do this. Setback, crisis, nope, I will soar. I will do it. And that is the commitment that I leave you with today. That you want to soar. What does it stand for? To stretch out and rise. That's all it means. Stretch out and rise. You go from where you are now to where you want to be. And you do not look back. You do not turn back. But you go towards that which you want to experience that's awaiting your arrival. I'm telling you guys, it's awaiting your arrival. That success is right there. It's waiting for you. But there's certain things, I think Dennis and Michelle and Alicia and her colleagues might agree, there are certain things we must intentionally do with our attitude, our emotions, and our behaviors to get across that bridge. There are certain things you must do, and it must be non-negotiable. And when you get there, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. That's how it works. I would never have thought when I was a young adult that someday I would be walking the Great Wall of China. I never thought that being born in a small southern rural town. Never thought that, never in my life. But I also realized if I continue to absorb and improve on my social skills and my soft skills, good things were going to happen because I was doing what? Things that make me what? Better. So you never know, but good things will happen. You don't need to know that good things will happen. That's how it works, guys. But it begins with who? You. I am so grateful, Alicia. Thank you for taking the risk to invite me. I felt like I didn't have a choice, that I had to come. And then I always like tag teaming with Dr. Lee. And so she said, well, Derius, we want you to come. I said, I ain't come without Dr. Lee. And where Dr. Lee is, Dennis was there. We just a team. She is the resource. I'm telling you right now. I'm not the resource. You want to get to Los Alamos National Laboratory? See her. You want to be a part of the internship and she said you get paid for your internship? She ain't talking about no little small money. She talking about direct deposit. Long money. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. The only thing is that, like she said, there are only a few African Americans, so you will be popular when you go there. That's a good thing. Like, hey, we got another one. That's a good thing. And if you want to be amongst the majority, go also. They will say we got a what? Another one. So please, if you're not in a rush, see her. Talk to her about the opportunities. If you want to get a book, they're $15, you know. Like I said, if you don't have it, I sign it, give you a card, just send it for the next, 12 months. And I'll probably forget anyway, but so when I get the check, I probably won't remember. Michelle, don't give ideas, please, about payments. Hey, listen, guys, this is all I have to share with you. If anybody have any comments, questions, observations, I'm open and receptive to try to be of help to you while I'm here. Anyone have a comment, observation, or question? Or you can just keep it in your head. Yes, ma'am.
So have you had a personal issue with soft skills and that's what led you to do this?
I didn't know I had personal issues. I had no idea. After I got my master's, I got a job in a school system. I was getting ready to do my internship prior to getting the job. And my field instructor pulled me aside and said, Derius, you're not going to make it. I'm just going to tell you. Boy, if you don't change, they're going to kick you out. So she told me that. She said, I got to help you improve your, I didn't know what soft skills were. She said, you got to change your demeanor. I was like, what you talking about, Miss Nelson? And she told me about my demeanor. She said, you got to change your approach when you deal with people, children and adults. And Mrs. Nelson, who passed like 2 years ago, I'm telling you, she gave me the tools. She changed me totally. Not knocking the projects at all, not knocking the projects, not knocking the South, being in the rural South, but I adopt some of the behaviors while living in public housing. I wasn't trained that way, brought up that way, but I adopted some of them. In that environment, it was appropriate. In a public school system, it's inappropriate. Does that make sense? Right. It was inappropriate. I didn't know that. I had the technical skills, but I didn't have the soft skills. So she helped me with the communication, helped me with my demeanor, how I approach people. And she did I give all the credit to Mrs. Nelson because she said, you're not going to make it. You ain't finished internship. And the people had already told me, because I knew the people in the school system, central office, I knew them. She said, we going to give you a job. She said, ain't going to hire you, not the way you act, boy. She said, boy, you need to change yourself. And I was receptive to that. Also, I was receptive when I was getting my bachelor's. Yeah, a person pulled me aside. Mrs. Nelson was African-American female. The person at the college I went to, Caucasian female, and she did likewise. She pulled me aside and said, if you want to survive at this college, university, these are the things you must do to get along with people. I was receptive because I did not want to do a lot of hard work. I did not, and I still don't like hard work, outside work. I don't want to climb on no house. I don't want a hammer. My wife tells me, because she said, you can't do nothing around the house. That makes me feel good because she's right. She's absolutely correct, man, and I don't want to become good. I know what I'm good at. I don't know, and that doesn't make me feel bad. Let's keep on going. Y'all ask me questions, please. So yes, I've had challenges. Anyone else have a question? Yes, sir.
You said, just recently you said she told you some things that you had to work around campus. What were some specific things that you could share with us? That you worked on?
I had to have a calmer demeanor about myself. I came off harsh towards people, very rigid towards people. I wanted to make a point towards people. She said, that's not necessary to do that. So my tone had to be changed from being aggressive, like what you want, what you doing, what you talking about. I had this persona to be tough because of the environment where I lived in. No two public housing communities are the same, but that was my posture for survival. I didn't need to have that posture as a professional in the public school system. And that's a different demeanor, you know what I mean? How I greeted people, had to be the eye contact. I had to learn all those things, how you greet people, how you establish a relationship with people. What do you say to establish a relationship with people? How do you communicate your concern and welfare of a person? And I tell you what else that helped me with my soft skills. I had a job working with terminally ill children, and this fourth grader died while I was working with. That changed my whole life about empathy. to see a fourth grader dying for cancer, and you go to the house the next morning hoping that the person's alive, but they're dead. A 13-year-old died. I mean, that changed my whole demeanor when it comes to empathizing about people. And so I've had these experiences that altered my life because I was receptive to that. I am nowhere close to the person I was 10, 15, 20 years ago. No way possible. No. And I tell you even what happened within the past month. I was doing some work in a major city that we're still doing work. And this one guy verbally attacked another person because of something that the guy didn't have anything to do with. And I said, time out, man. I said, wait a minute. You really need to understand your approach as a professional. And within 5 minutes, the guy apologized to the guy. And he came up to me and said, Derius, man, thank you, because they don't approach me that way. I said, what do you mean? He said, man, I like bully people on the job and I get away with it. I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said, that's what happens in my community. I was like, you gonna get fired? That's what you're gonna get? Yeah. And so sometimes, young man, sometimes you need other people who care about you, who invested in your growth and development, to give you some honest feedback on what they observe about you, that they'll offer to you for wise counsel for you to, it's only for consideration. It's only for consideration. That's it. So whenever someone asks you a question, it's critically important that if you don't know the answer, that you pause and think before you respond. Because in some places they say, have you ever heard this? Once you put it out there, you can't what? Take it back. Just for consideration. And if I don't know the answer, guess what I'm gonna say? I don't know the answer, because guess what you're putting online, as Michelle talked about, your what? Integrity. Integrity. It's not that difficult. It's not that, but it can be challenging if you want to make it happen. So, my son, he coaches in the NFL, and he just got another job, and so this one head coach called him and was inviting him for an interview, and he told the head coach his true, honest feelings about his commitment to another coach on another team. So my son's name is Derius. He calls his dad. The head coach for this team called, and I just told him the truth. I told him I was loyal and faithful to this other guy on another team. I said, you did? He said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, so what do you think? I said, I think it's pretty good that you be honest and transparent. I don't know if you're gonna get employed, but it's good that you are honest and, He said, what do you mean? I said, Darius, first of all, I want to applaud you for your honesty and your integrity. I say, if the coach called you Monday for an interview, you go get the job. So he texted me the Monday afternoon and said, I got the job. So he called me, we was talking, and says, what you think led to you getting the job? He said, well, after the interview, the coach pulled me aside. And the coach said, son, because of your honesty, I can trust you. He said, I never would have thought anybody would have said what you said. That's like, whew, you got away with that one pretty good. So sometimes, being honest and having professional integrity, personal integrity can get you a long ways versus lying and manipulating. Just something to consider. We have a conversation. Any other comments or questions? Any other comments or questions? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, when you say that you growing up in the environment, like in
Public housing.
Public housing.
Yeah.
You have people that you grew up around. They write or call you and ask for your advice on how to come up.
They call me?
Yeah.
I'd be calling them. Shoot. They are still my best of friends.
Okay.
And we talk to each other. We still help each other.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. We are still, I have some, like 4 of my best friends. We still 1 weekend out the year, along with my 2 brothers, we go away for a whole weekend together. Best of friends.
That's good.
I mean, we are so, and we don't talk about work and all that stuff. We just go have fun. That's all. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, they ask me for advice. Me? Come on, man. That's a great question, though. Yeah. The number one thing we should always try to be with all of our friends is to be of what? Help to each other. Not about title and position. It's helping. It's the ability to help someone unconditionally, not seeking anything back in return. Seek nothing in return, my friend. That's a good place to be. Yes, ma'am, Alicia.
So you say you're working on your soft skills on the plane, but do you have advice for some of us who may need some soft skills in the car
Oh, now you're including them on what you need. That's pretty good strategy. See, listen, the whole thing about the what do you call it, road rage and all that?
Road rage,
Yeah. So they just showed something on TV this morning where someone ran someone off with a motorcycle or something. I saw like, wow, guy just ran them off the highway on a motorcycle. It's like, man, that's pretty. Yeah, I would say, first of all, don't get caught up in road rage. If someone point their finger, point their hand, all that stuff, yell and scream, just, the car's going forward. You keep going forward. Because sometimes they're baiting you. They're having a bad moment or a bad day. And the thing that gets me, I'm just amused at the number of people who be yelling and screaming at people with the window up. Isn't that amazing? You need help. You need some help. Yeah. So I would just say, I'm not an expert in that field. I would just encourage you to maintain your space, maintain your dignity. Don't get involved in that jaw jerking stuff, because that's not part of your character nor your demeanor. Just be careful on the highway. Let them pass. Let them go wherever they need to go, and don't engage in that. That's about the only thing I say. And if with you know better. You should know better. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Testimonies.
Who? You got one?
No, I'm saying testimonies. Don't be dismissing.
Oh, yeah. Look, before we leave, two things we like for some of you to come forth and give like a 15 to 20-second testimony about your experience today, about how you enjoyed it, you liked it, and all those great things. That'll be on the camera. And then we'd like to take a picture with some of you, if not all of you. It just won't take long. The camera ain't going to take a few snaps. And please join us if that's not asking too much of you. Okay? Yes. Hi.
I'll be the first to know.
You go, girl. Well, let us. Okay, yeah. You're kind of anxious too to make that thing happen, aren't you? Any other comments or questions? The other thing I want to leave you with this thought. Not a part of the presentation, but a thought. In this journey we call what, life? Try not to say or do anything to bring hurt or harm to you or another person. I'm just giving you that for food for thought. Try not to say or do anything to bring hurt or harm to yourself and another human being. That's just food for thought. Because in this world that is so big, but yet so small, you never know when you're going to need another person's help. You never know. You never know when your family member is going to need someone's help. You never know when your friend's going to need someone's help. So I want to thank all the professors and educators and doctors. Alicia, I want to thank you. I want to thank the program director, Michelle and Dennis, the cameraman. Thank you guys for coming. I think they have a certificate for some of you guys. You're going to award your certificates to those who are here. And then please, we know you're going first with the testimony. And if you don't mind hanging around, just take a few pictures. Michelle is going to put it on her website, and people all over the world will see you being a part of this today. I mean, all over the daggone world. Your testimony will be be shown to some top leaders in the country who works at national laboratories also. Yes. So, Alicia, I think I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you.